But yes, an awful start to this week for the Montreal Canadiens. We're going to start off right away with the first question and diagnosing the problem for the Habs. So I'm going to ask this question after 1 week of hockey being played. And I'm sorry for if you can hear it in my voice. I lost it because Justin and I were both at the game on Saturday and we gave it our all. We gave it our all. Okay. The Montreal Canadiens, I think they tried to give it their all, but there's something lacking with these Montreal Canadiens, and that is my question. We've got a new Discord server where we've got some participants. We've got Corporate Gamer. We've got Carl Proshowski. We got Howie the Habs. We've got, give me a second, Bamj, who is one of our moderators. We've got Tech Slave NB. All of those shout outs, and they gave us some of their opinions. But I want to get into yours first, but that's a way to just tell you if you guys want to, you can join our new Discord server, which is awesome. And there's a link down below if you're watching on YouTube. Point being, what is going on with these Habs? Alex, what is the one problem that you want to isolate?
I don't even know where to start. I mean, we were all thinking the offense would save us, and we had some concerns about the defense, but we've scored one goal in each of our three games so far, which is absolutely not good enough. Um, I don't know if offense is long term going to be an issue, but there's something not clicking there. There's a lack of chemistry. Obviously, special teams has been a huge issue that have killed us basically. Zero power play goals, and the penalty kill has been terrible. But yeah, I guess I'll focus on the offense for now. I'm just seeing a lack of creativity, lack of spark from anyone other than Drouin. I don't want to bash Drouin at all. He's come to vengeance. Great storyline. You guys were there for the game Saturday. Unbelievable to see that. But I'm just not seeing any plays. Guys like Suzuki, Caulfield, there's nothing happening there. No creativity. The third and fourth lines aren't getting any possession time in the zone, and the offense is just struggling. Tough to watch. And Ducharme has to try something. I saw him flipping the lines a bit fairly soon, but I think something has to be done to get someone to create a spark and get some offense going.
Despite the terrible start, I still believe the talent is there. I know it's cliche, but the problem seems to be chemistry. Got to figure that out sooner rather than later. That's Carl Pachowski from our Discord server. But for you, Justin, if there was a way to describe the Habs' woes, diagnosing this problem after 1 week of play, what would it be?
Yeah, I mean, kind of along the same vein as Alex, I would say just cohesion as a group, and I mean that's going to come from a team with a lot of new faces on it. Um, but yeah, it just seems like we can't string a few good shifts together. Like it seems like not maybe we'll get a good shift out of one line, but then the next line will struggle, and the next line will struggle. It seems like we can't get that pressure going. We don't have a good forecheck in the zone. We've barely held the puck in the opponent's zone for over maybe like 15 seconds for the first three games of the season. And like last year, we kind of got away with that because we were scoring off the rush a lot. But this season so far, we have not gotten, barring I think the first 10 minutes of the Toronto game, we haven't gotten a lot of odd man rushes or any rush chances, which was basically our bread and butter last year. So we have to have more puck support in the neutral zone, get more D's passing up to the neutral zone, and get plays going, and it's just not happening. So I mean, I think the problem is, I agree with Carl, the problem is the chemistry, maybe some line juggling around. Maybe that's going to solve things, but I think it's just playing more together, getting that cohesion going, getting that chem, and maybe separating like Nick and Cole and Toffoli like we saw in the last game there. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm definitely excited to see Mike Hoffman in the lineup just to have some new spark going. So yeah. I think Mackie might mention something about the D, but the D is obviously another problem.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of problems right now. If I was a doctor, I'd be telling the Habs that you got to figure your shit out right now, because it's not going well. You got a knee injury. You got your throat that's not well. There's a lot of problems here. The first thing that I wanted to mention was the power play. Two 5-on-3 opportunities where you do absolutely dog shit. And then after that, as you mentioned, the D, which has just not been great, but they did clean that up. So the offense needs to come from a spark. And you mentioned Nick and Cole, and All of these acquisitions, the fact that we were in I don't want to create excuses, and we might get into that later in terms of some of the predictions that we have going forward for this team. But there's a lot of different things happening. I mentioned it last podcast. Nick Suzuki and Cole Caulfield. I mean, these are still young players, and we're expecting them to have big years. It might take them a little bit longer to get to that level, but that's what we're seeing right now is that there's a little bit of that transition period where the load of the regular season, because the regular season and the playoffs, as we know, completely different styles of play. You can't muster up the same emotional currency that you'll get in the playoffs. It's not feasible. Okay. And this is a team that I think rides on emotion quite a bit. So we got to figure that out. Power play, hopefully Big Mike Hoffman's going to come in and just snipe it top cheese. I think he will. I'm looking at Alex. It's going to be great. But that's number one. Jeff Petrie's got to be a little bit more of a presence out there as well. He's our number one now. No Shea Weber. And last year we saw it when he was out. He was fantastic, and that's what the team needs. And we're missing that kind of that motor from the back end right now. So quite a few problems. You let us know what you guys think down below. We're going to keep talking about the Habs, obviously, as the show goes on here, but we'll be back right after this for the believe it or not statement. But you guys let us know what you guys think the problem is with these Montreal Canadiens. We'll be right back.